Follow the angels. The path of dedication. No, it's okay, I think. Srila Maharaj speaks about strong bridging. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, Thakur Prabhupada, requested, go and speak to the world the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and hear this message yourself also. You yourself hear and speak to the world. That was his plane of thinking. With great earnestness he came to push the divine news into the world. Don't come back. Go and speak to the world and listen yourself. With so much earnestness he came to preach. Not only by speaking, but pushing on with Krishna consciousness in any way, by giving an explanation, a lecture, even by quarreling or going to court. So, whatever may happen. At this time, beginning, there was also some court cases against, and which included devotees also some, but they didn't care, even by quarreling or going to court. So always preach about Krishna, always talk about it. Or at least we must be conscious of Krishna. All possible means should be used and engaged in Krishna consciousness. Even the court and the judge must be engaged in talking about Krishna. They should be forced to do that, if necessary. To approach everywhere with Krishna consciousness. Stop all worldly activity. Everywhere the talk of Krishna must go on in some form or other. In his last days in Puri, I told Prabhupada, when I was alone with him, what you have done for the propaganda of Mahaprabhu, of Krishna Kirtan, so far, no acharya has ever done. Then he asked me, do you think like that? Yes, I said. I see the exhibition, the chanting of the scriptures, lecturing, even going to the court, anywhere and everywhere. You try to press on with Krishna consciousness at every point. Complete opposition to Maya. The Maya movement, the flow of Maya must be stopped. And Krishna consciousness will flow everywhere. With the activity of Maya stopped. This will bring Krishna consciousness everywhere. That is life. No importance should be given to the Mayic world. Even if there is a fire burning, we should not say, oh, I shall first put out the fire, and then I shall come to join the Krishna Kirtan. No. No, no. If the whole world is burned to ashes, there's no loss. Rather, if we are saved by fire from the conception of this material world, we shall be fortunate. In other words, what he's saying is, there's nothing more important in this world. Even if the whole world burns, you will not lose anything. When you are Krishna conscious, when you are focused on Krishna, if we are saved by fire from the conception of this material world, we shall be fortunate. Means even if you burn, but you are Krishna conscious, you are connected, surrendered, then what can be lost? But everything is lost when you try to fight against the whatever it may be in this material world or for this. Nothing is more important than my Krishna consciousness, being always conscious of Krishna. Yes, all other things will lead you again in another body, material body. The whole world may be burned to ashes, but we are not affected in any way. All our necessity is the holy feet of Krishna. With such revolutionary instructions, Prabhupada came out to preach, don't lose any time. If there's fire, I must extinguish it. And then I will come to join you in Krishna Kirtan. No, no, that is our enemy. Material conception is our enemy. We are souls, this is our enemy. The Maya conception that drags us down to this material conception of life, disease, infirmity, and death. Misconception means death. Miscalculation means death. That was Prabhupada's spirit. Go on with Krishna consciousness. Revolutionary. Nowadays, it will be very difficult. It is very difficult. So organization, preaching requires organization. It is necessary only to spread truth to the people for their benefit. Mere organization has no value in and of itself. When the organization is distributed something healthy to the atmosphere, that organization is to be welcomed. So otherwise, if any organization fails to distribute truth, it goes amiss. It commits suicide, and it fails to do its proper duty. There may be so many political, social, and other organizations. There are many. We are in a mission, in an organization under the guidance of the higher realized soul. We can face many dangers. When we preach, we shall have to face so many difficulties. But in the help of the higher guidance, we can fight, we can subdue them. or we can invite them to the higher result. This way we can give opposition to the opposition. Preaching means offensive effort. We must attack Maya, misconception. At this time we shall not think that we shall give no opposition to the adversary. Sahishnuna, that we shall be very patient. When we are engaged in preaching, we must approach and face opposition and try to overcome it. But if we can't do it by ourselves, we shall invite them to hear from our Gurudev and be disarmed. In this way we shall go on carrying the orders of the Vaishnavas. The local environment may wound us, but our spiritual stamina will increase by following the order of the higher agent. We shall be more benefited through Vaishnava Seva. Vaishnava Pratishta, we should not want any popularity among the ordinary public, as they are mostly insane. This is truth from the side of Vaishnava understanding. Whole world, whole material world is insane. Because they are working uselessly, bird after bird, same thing, running for the same thing. We want a position in the eye of the masters of my Gurudev. Yes, he is an enthusiastic servant, he will prosper. When they look upon us with some affection and encouragement, that will be our capital. Their affection for us, their goodwill, that will be our capital as we pass on our way towards the higher realm. When we are in a solitary place and are chanting the name, then of course, Trinadapi Sunijana, extreme humility must be strictly observed. But when under an acharya in a preaching campaign, our attitude should be a little different, more like carrying out the order of the higher spiritual general that will draw more affection and benefit for us from the higher plane than our solitary bhajan. Yes. Anything to say? Any question? No complaint then.
Maharaj, it seems like often for a preacher, like more than opposition is actually more dangerous is if he's being worshipped. It's such a big challenge.
To be
worshipped by the listeners. You know, to be served, to be worshipped. It's like it is a huge challenge. Not everyone is passing
if those who preach or those who talk, if they think they have to be worshipped, then it's a problem. Then he is not a preacher. Then he has not understood. Because a real Vaishnava, he is just doing his service to Guru. It's not my nature to speak. I was always silent since my childhood. But whenever I say something, then all around they will say, they were they was silent, and one said, he speaks almost nothing, but when he says something, then it goes that everything is silent. It was silent like this. But I never liked to. It took me 20 years until Guru Maharaj told me, you have to do this. For the first 20 years, they pushed me all the time. You speak, and I was hiding, I was avoiding, I never spoke. So one has to have this attitude, or it must be, because if you think when you speak, then you speak something. When you think, you speak the truth, and you know the truth, and you think you are giving, you save them or something like this. You are the doer. Nobody, and they not hear from me, then they are lost. But the better, and you do this. You're just doing it because Guru Maharaj ordered us to do. It is not my nature. I have nothing to say. But if Gurudev wants this, then we try to do it. So it is like, there are many subtle, very subtle levels we have to pass through. And then also you will get the eyes to see the truth. You know what is Krishna, what is connected with Krishna, what is done by service, attitude, and what is done out of false ego. This becomes very clear. I don't know. Did I answer? I forgot your question.
Just made some sound.
No. Every question is, if it is sincere, if you want to know, is very important, that we understand. We can give up misconception and the wrong thinking. Otherwise, we can never become member of Vaikuntha. We never become qualified to conquer death. Disease and birth. So real progress is soul progress. This we have to understand. If you advance in your career in the material world, then it is no progress. This is useless and makes us just more attached to this plane. We have to give up the undesirable, the body cover. That is not the soul proper. Die to live. Die means give up the ego. An inner golden self will come out. Die to live means to die as we are now. As we are at present, we must die. Means the identification, what I identify with in this world. This is my country, this is my body, this is my family, this is my, and I am this body. This has to die. This is not our real home here. Here, there's so many obstacles we will face in our life here, and we are suffering from this because we are not realized, not understood. Nobody dies, only the body. But we say, I am the body, so I am dying. Yes, okay. You have to die, truth. But we have not identified what we are really are. We are spirit beings. We are never dying. But now we have no connection with our real self. Now our ego, or our false ego, is reality. And our real ego is sleeping, is covered by this external understanding. This has to die. Die to live means to die as we are now, as we are present. We must die. The old conception of ourselves is completely false. Everybody can accept? Radhe, Radhe, Radhe.
If you touch anyone, he in all means in general, you touch in some way.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
But some like to be touched, don't touch others. This is the problem. Can you imagine if this is a creation of God, this sex life, by example. If nobody would, there's some kind of happiness, I think. And why? So that new life can, new souls can take birth, or have to take birth here. So he gives, but this is not the purpose anymore, to create, we do it because we like this side effect. It is just another big illusion, Maya. So, because we are under the control of Maya, we are going for this bodily conception, bodily pleasures. And we are not going deeper to understand. Die first, but on the other side is birth through life. We must first eliminate the lower portion, eliminate all misconceptions of life. In 1934 or so, during the time of Prabhupada, I spoke with one gentleman in Bhutan. He was a follower of a large mission. They had big signboards there for the Seva Ashram and other things of grand size. But if an auditor went there, they would prove themselves to be bankrupt. They had no capital, only false capital. There was a big signboard, but their capital was a false thing, a hoax. It was neither real wealth nor welfare. They did not have a reality to distribute to the people. They were bogus, mayavada. They were giving a foul diet to the patients, an unhealthy diet that was their business. So where is the patient? The patient is within. The soul is the patient. They were helping the body, independent of the interest of the soul. This thing they will very hard understand in this world where we are living now. All these welfare, organizations. What they're doing, they helping the body. But nobody helps to understand who are you, who are we. Nobody can give food to the soul that they can go, that she can understand. So without caring for the interest of the soul, they were serving the body. And with that arbitrary help, the body is going more and more against the interest of the soul. So we generally do not organize help from the Gundas. Gundas, everybody knows? The robbers. For the students, for the social workers, we organize help, but never for the Gundas who are misguided. Generally, all souls are misguided. They are living the life of the impudent, giving them indiscriminate help without changing their direction. That is pushing them towards hell. That is not the proper goal. To push forward, to push towards that side, towards danger. Indiscriminate help in this plane is no help at all. First, one must have sambandha gyan, a good direction, the correct conception of the proper destination. And then help will be of some use. Otherwise, without a proper destination, it is only whimsical. A whimsical push will not help anyone in the way of progress. It is not real progress. In Madras, one gentleman said to me, first help the patients and keep the soul and body together. Then you may talk with him about the truth, about Hari, about Krishna consciousness. If he dies, to whom will you speak? This one gentleman said like this to Srila Maharaj. I replied, suppose there's a famine and I am distributing some food. So many are surrounding me, obtaining this food. I am distributing, someone runs away from that place. Should we stop the food distribution and run after him? Or shall I continue distributing the food to the many? Stopping that distribution, should we run after him? There are so many living souls, and so some are dying. So I must not run after the dying to bring them back into the body, stopping my distribution of the nectar to the many. It is like that. He used this story, he told it in some other way also once. So that which they conceive to be truth is actually untruth. And furthermore, the process that they have accepted as the means to help others is also wrong. It is completely wrong. They have no truth diagnosis, but they are very busy giving treatment and diet. Diagnosis is the most important thing. What is amiss with us? What should be our best interest? The summum bonum of life. That should be settled first. The question of help will come next. Whether help is available or not. Where is the guarantee? How are we settled what is helpful and what is not helpful? Progress must proceed in the right direction. And what is the right direction? Maximum exploitation, skillful exploitation, irregular exploitation, regular exploitation. That is karma. And renunciation, jnana, is the opposite thing. Exploitation and renunciation do opposite. But a third direction must be found to conciliate all contradictions. Reality is something else. Dat vidi pranibhadena pariprasnena sevaya ubedlikshani vegyanam jnaninastatvadashina. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. This is the conclusion. Any question pops up?
Mohl jsem přeložit prosím otázku? Mě zajímá, co by dělal Maharaj, jaký je řešení, když ta sexuální touha nebo ta chtíč jako tak silná, že nám jako překáží v rozvíjení toho vědomí Krišny.
Co bys měl dělat? Is it like what to do when the sexual desire is so strong?
The what?
Sexual desire, when it's so strong,
Really?
that it creates
Že nám brání v rozvoji jako do...
He's truthful.
so it actually makes impossible to develop Krishna consciousness. So what to do?
To go deeper, you told about this.
How to go deeper?
You will also experience the other side. Fire is nice, but if you put your hands in fire, it will burn you. Then you think, oh, problem. But if I try from the other side, maybe it will not burn me. So we have not gone, want to experience with third-class intelligence. We have to go on and burn our fingers and our hands until we realize there's no pleasure in this material world without the reaction. It's not the place where we can experience this happiness you are running for. You will see when you get older. He's not finished with this.
Yeah.
But he got a little experience.
Not coming from all the sides around yet.
He must try.
How many sides left still?
It's a circle.
It's the circle.
Situation when he started to feel this, and I heard from many situations. Also in our Guru Maharaj, and one sannyasi, he told me personally, he was in Mayapur, and he told to Gurudev, I am serving in Mat, I would like to serve, but I want to go home and marry. And Guru Maharaj told him, stay a little more, don't go immediately. Then after 10 days, he said, I again went to Gurudev. Guru Maharaj said, go stay here. And third time he went there after some time. Then Guru Maharaj became angry and said, stay here and don't ask me anymore to go. And he told after some time this really desire disappeared from my heart. And he to go home to marry the lady. And he's sannyasi, he's living in our life. And in Srimad Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj Mat, one Brahmachari astrologer told him, when you reach 40 years, you will marry 100%. And he was really happy. He was in Mat until 40, and he started to feel some attraction to opposite sex for ladies and men. And he went to Srimad Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj and he told Gurudev, I feel this, and what I should to do. Then Tirtha Maharaj told him, because you are very honest and you have innocent nature, I will tell you. Then he told, stay with me near my room and do sadhana, what I give to you. And really he saved him, is that. So means Gurudev can help in such situations.
If one is sincere, yes. If he is not, then Krishna is not forcing us. So in the same way, Krishna is, or Gurudev is not forcing us. When Gurudev sees you, he knows he's sincere, or he's a showman, or he's whatever. This is, yes, if you are a showman, then go on. They are not happy. In reality, they are not happy. Everything becomes like a routine, and you are just hounding after the ladies just because you don't know anything else. And one day you will think, this is tough. I'm getting old now. Who wants me? Even those who are rich, You know, in Austria there's one person, he's very rich. And the only desire what he has is to get a lady, to get married again. And he's 92. Let us say around 90. This desire will never go away if you're not belong to the intelligent class. He tries still to enjoy to the utmost, you know. Now he's laying in the bed most of the time, you know, sickness comes. But still the desire is there, still. You know, this man. Everybody knows. And this he wants, that everybody knows him. This is his goal, this is his life. You must make the experience. And then you'll learn from it. I never wanted to marry in my life. But then I was living in Sweden, and my former guru decided he wants to marry all the brahmacharis. All the brahmacharis. So he married me also. Complete.
And he himself also.
This was the
conclusion.
But we had nothing, you know. We had everything given to the temple, and he goes with $1 million or millions of dollars. He got married like this. It's all the cheating things, you know. This.
Maharaj, one thing I didn't understand when this happened. Then I met many devotees because I was also at that time, and in India I met all these disciples, and many of them they still followed him and worshipped him, and I couldn't understand why.
Yes, not good, but household, that does not mean if he's a devotee, yes.
Yeah, but everybody
But then
knows that he stole the money and everything was...
stole money. Ah. It is like this. Some worshipping, say Baba. Even the president, former leader of India, I don't know this one, but he was a follower of the, and he, say Baba, they discovered he was a cheater, good. They follow everyone. They are not interested to know what they are doing. Anyway, this is a very dirty topic. You don't even want to think of. But I was very happy to meet Gurudev. And because he was not, he was never married like Prabhupada. And brahmachari and then sannyas. So, okay, something more. Only close here. Jai Srila Sita Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Srila Gurudev Nitya Leela Bhavistam Vishnupada Paramahamsa Jigacharya Astotara Sata Srimad Bhakti Radha Goswami Maharaj ki Jai.